2026 is right around the corner, and it officially marks Pokemon's 30th anniversary. And while Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have a slew of releases planned, from special TCG sets to new cozy game titles and a third season of Horizons, 2025 looked a lot like this.
Oh, what is this? Oh,
We're so good, dude.
Can we get a hit? Yo!
And for some reason, even though there's thousands of videos on the internet of people scanning and searching packs for hits, the new Japanese release Start Deck 100 Battle Collection had absolutely no measure to prevent the searching and subsequent scamming of this entire set. So let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the is this for real for Pokemon in 2026. It's been 3 decades since the release, and every generation it seems has brought us bigger and badder mons. Whether it's the antimatter based Giratina or alternative timeline variants of the original legendary dogs, it seems every year Pokemon is attempting to one-up itself. And when we first heard that many of our original favorites were getting brand new mega variants, the community cheered until we saw this. Yes, a Super Saiyan-haired, big-lip, hippity-hop gourd, also known as Mega Victory Bell. And if that wasn't disappointing enough, the first official Pokemon title to release on the overly hyped $80 a title Switch 2 was mid at best. And let me set the record straight. It's not that Legend ZA is inherently bad. In fact, it's much of the same formula that we know and love. You're an eager young trainer setting forth into a muddy new city. Only the city. Start collecting zany creatures, which you then use to scale ladders from 2003 to find more critters, battling and climbing more ladders, progressively getting stronger, ladder after ladder, until you finally realize you don't need no ladder, and you can simply just stack humans from the Rust Syndicate atop one another for 6 straight stories to scale them instead. You know, a simple flying function actually coded into the game, maybe even locked behind a main storyline progression would have been cool, but once again, not bad. Just in comparison to the avant-garde style release of finally doing Pokemon in a full 3D world that is Sword and Shield and was released 6 years ago, our gameplay loop shouldn't just consist of trying to figure out how to get out of the platforms we keep clipping inside of. In fact, it's pretty evident that maybe if Nintendo didn't spend such vast amount of resources filing lawsuits and going after sellers who make 3D printed Evolution keychains on Etsy, maybe Legend ZA wouldn't have been such a steaming sandwich of disappointment that it was. Though perhaps our voices have been heard, as while 2026 will not be bringing us the recently leaked 10th gen Win and Wave, it will be bringing us Pokopia, a cozy life simulator featuring an anthropomorphic Ditto who tries exceedingly hard to breathe life into a saturated genre while simultaneously riding dangerously close to infringing on the stylization of a very popular game involving mines. No, yeah, maybe they're not actually listening at all. So let's then turn our attention to the TCG. With an insane bubble catalyzed by the release of Prismatic Evolutions in February and a global trading card market now exceeding $8 billion, surely that means the cards are doing great, right? Right?
Who would? Oh! Oh!
Grab it.
Okay, the script just says, wince as if struck with an arrow. Clearly it was a big year. Even though I can't begin to express the disdain from fans who just wanted to rip a single booster bundle of Prismatic, on paper, the TCG is doing amazing. The largest commercial manufacturing lease on record for 2025 has just been officially signed, encompassing a 1.27 million square foot space that will house a new distro hub for Millennial Print Group, who was bought by the Pokemon Company in 2022 and handles all of the printing for Pokemon cards. It's pretty clear that their current output cannot meet demand when projects are being switched so fast fast that transfer plate errors are appearing on reverse foil cards with the names of NFL player rookies. Because yes, oddly, as of right now, the Pokemon Company does not have a dedicated facility for the TCG, and sports cards are printed right alongside Pikachu. But does doubling or even tripling the current print capacity translate to a better overall experience for fans? For the better half of the year, collectors were essentially headbutting with scalpers and losing the front line on every single restock. But inversely, if every single retail store from Lowe's to Dollar General is stocked to the teeth and the average price of the biggest pull out of a $60 ETB is worth less than the ETB itself, well then we might just end up with another 90s junk wax era. But don't get it twisted, because the Pokemon Company is not ignorant of this double-edged sword, and it will more than likely be a couple years until we see these newly signed facilities in full action. In fact, the next release slated for the TCG is of course Ascended Heroes in January, but do not think for a second that you'll be able to obtain it.
So I've got a theory that Pokemon actually likes Scalpers and wants Ascended Heroes to be $20 a pack at release, and here's the evidence for that.
So if that's the market, then $20 really is the new, ridiculous margin.
Packs are going to be $30 on release.
Hey, I think Ascended Heroes might be $20 a pack. And that theory is mostly centered on the fact that while this set technically drops on January 30th, the only product that will be available then are these tech stickers. 3 packs in a blister, and that's it. The actual ETBs containing 9 packs in a promo will not drop for 3 more weeks on February 20th. And the only realistic explanation I can see for having such a staggered release is to have fans salivating at the mouth, maxing out their 4th credit card on the only Whatnot streamer who has them in stock solely because he paid an army of retired old women to clear out every Walmart in the country. And yes, that streamer will be charging a 300% markup in case you were still hopeful. But if we somehow manage to hold steadfast to our wallets and make it through a sluggish first quarter, 2026 promises to bring us a lineup of 30th anniversary products that will hopefully be an homage to the classics. So far, the only real images we have are this stamped Pikachu promo and coin dropping on Pokemon Day, and a first partner booster pack, which will be reminiscent of the first partner packs which were dropped in 2021 as part of the 25th celebration. But we do have a leaked list of potential set names, including Radiant Ruby and Sapphire, which should be a throwback to 3rd gen legendaries centered around Kyogre and Groudon. The official 30th set is codenamed Eternals, and like many previous anniversaries, should contain reprints of bangers throughout the years. As far as actually being able to find these sets and beat the scalpers, the good news is, as of the past month, they have actually started to turn their attention elsewhere. The One Piece TCG based off the anime and the manga is actually 4th place overall for sales on TCG Player and may very soon even overtake Yu-Gi-Oh! For the 3rd spot. Cards like the Red Manga Luffy, which are going for thousands on the open market, seem to be drawing the greedy eyes of resellers, as many big box locations actually show Pokemon on the shelves, but One Piece absolutely nowhere in sight. It's all you One Piece fans out there that have had an affordable, easily accessible card game for the past couple years. I am very sorry. So wherever the Pokemon Company happens to lead us in the upcoming year, I just hope that they've learned from their pitfalls and are actually listening to the fans on what we need and want. Pokemon is not just a mega franchise, but to many a living sentiment and cultural staple to our lives. We grew up with the games and cards and have now introduced it to our kids and a newer generation. We've built large communities in the past 5 years, and we want to see each other thrive. There's nothing quite like participating in a hobby with your friends and loved ones and getting excited in unison when a release comes out. As technology as a whole encloses us further and further into our own isolated chambers, anything that can provide a shared experience is worth keeping around. If you had fun or learned something today, please smash the like, and don't forget to sub to the channel because we have big things planned for 2026, and I really want y'all to see them the day that they drop. Happy holidays to everyone, and please rip responsibly.